life is like that. You need to try and experience.
Exposes him and makes him learn about life,
He will be experiencing so many different cultures. He'll be learning so much.
It's quite worrying, and it's one of the emotional things.
MSTD is a very crucial part of midshipman training. It hones our resilience, our mental strength, and the ability to work under stressful conditions. Being on board ship, experiencing what crew life is like, going through what our seniors have gone through, is a very good way for us to really test our own limits and go beyond what we thought we could do previously. And this is the story of our MSTD.
From a humble beginning, the day we were born, onwards and upwards we moved on and on. Never looking back, we'll always grow. Onwards and upwards, the best we'll show.
MSTD stands for Midshipman Sea Training Deployment, and it is typically a 42-day or 6 weeks sail or deployment for the officer cadets of the Navy, or we call them midshipmen, to hone their skills and to experience life at sea.
What was that just now? You saw? What was that single marking? It is half a shackle between 2 and 3.
On a landing ship tank, the LST of the Singapore Navy. The current batch of midshipmen sailing on MSTD is the 66th batch since the starting of MIDS Wing, Midshipman Wing, and the third batch since the commencement of Military Domain Experts Course Phase 1.
There's just this sense of purpose with the Navy. I want to be a greater part in this global society.
I've been training in the military for about 7 months now. I guess I joined the Navy because of its famed culture of camaraderie, a Navy family I wanted to belong to.
My friends from MESCOM, when I told them that I signed on, they're all like, "Oh, are you crazy?" and that kind of thing. But I think there's a lot of meaning to it.
I am an NSF. I like to sing and I like to play the guitar. I thank the Navy for the things that they taught me.
We will spend 12 days in harbour over 3 ports. The first port is Ho Chi Minh in Vietnam. The second port is Fremantle in Australia. And the third port is Kota Kinabalu in Malaysia. So 12 days in harbour, and we will spend the remaining 29 days at sea.
On board ship, a lot of things are named differently. Our rubbish is called gash.
Our cabins are basically our rooms.
The kitchen is the galley. Toilet is called the heads.
Doors are found on... Doors are doors. Oh my!
On the ship, you will endure.
Tahan everything.
We all will learn to lead, to excel, to overcome as a batch. OCS.
We're on a ship. We're sailing. We are finally doing something that we have trained for months to do.
What time we stop here?
A typical day of a midshipman will start at 5:30 when they wake up. They will gather to do physical exercises for about 20 to 30 minutes. In the morning, they'll prepare for their first lesson of the day. This lesson might be a test, a theory lesson, or a watch-keeping session on a bridge.
Today we learned how to use the CIS .5 gun. Basically, it's like a huge machine gun that is mounted on board our RSN ships that we use.
The 0.5 CIS gun is called the Bravo gun of the ship. It is a little like general purpose machine gun that the army uses. The Navy actually uses it to neutralize hostile targets that might come alongside our ship and try to board it. It's also used for air targets like helicopters as well as airplanes.
I don't think it's that hard to pass the test because before we came for the deployment, we had a few gunnery lessons. We had instructors going through the procedures with us. Passing shouldn't be a problem.
Remove the mountain cover, check the gas regulator, check that the chain is corrected, barrel is locked, clear. Bravo 3, close up for action station, clear away, ball clear. Very good. Bravo 3, load. Bravo 3, load.
Stumble upon some of the parts.
3, shoot. Bravo 3, encounter stoppage. Bravo 3, encounter stoppage. Keep pointing at your target. Bravo 3, encounter stoppage. Permission to carry out eye view. Carry on.
But still managed to get through the whole thing, so I think overall it was not bad.
On the day of the station test, right, I didn't actually think much of it. I thought that I would go through it pretty easily, and I thought I was pretty confident in it. However, right, when I went onto the quarterdeck, to meet my instructor for the assessment, everything blanked out. He told me to check the gun. He told me to close up for the Bravo gun, and I didn't even know what to check. Check the cradle. Check the gun. Check the gun is on the cradle. Oh, to be honest, I was just touching the gun because I forgot everything. I had a lot of and I was like,
Have you checked the other side?
And eventually he got really very angry and he Bravo 3 surface.
You're messing up the command and control procedure. You don't know what you are doing.
He was like, I don't think you know the gun well enough. Yeah, I think you should go back and revise. I think you should go.
Because I was worried I wouldn't do well, and I was warned before by my course commander that if I didn't do well this time round, I may be out of course.
Why do you draw my task book? Okay, I think it's a very good initiative by you.
I drew everything out, all the steps, in little comic form, and I just remember in that way, but I didn't expect that reaction from him initially. So it was quite surprising, but it was my way of learning.
A few of them that even after a few rounds of refreshing, they can't really get into it. And that is most probably because they did not memorize the command and control. So while doing the actions, they are fighting with themselves to recall the command and control, and that actually affect their performance. But I would say it's quite normal. They just need more time to refresh themselves and memorize all the command and control.
ships have set sail and a lot has happened in the lead up to their departure. Watch this week's bonus videos to find out all about the grueling X-48. We also take a peek into their sea chests to see what they've brought along for this trip. Check out the trivia page, which will explain what a midshipman is and the various ranks in the Navy. And you can read the blog entries by the MIDs themselves and see photos of the MSTD in the photo gallery. All these at www.navy.sg/thepassage.